Hey guys, so today we've got a tiny game between Grungy and Crimson, with Grungy spawning down here as the red Persian player, making use of the A tent buff, possibly looking to spam a shitload of houses straight away too. Crimson going for a lot of barracks, a couple of outposts initially, so he's going to be able to make use of the war dog technology, a zero population unit that's exclusive to Norse. And Grungy fielding the Persian Civ, which till recently didn't really get a lot of love in Tiny, but now with buffed aid tent range, it's not uncommon to see a lot of players try and field them, make use of the healing and their crazy good bowmen. War Academy technology as well. Grungy looking to get that ASAP. And some ranges. So he's looking to put the pressure on initially to slow down Crimson's building. But Crimson's going to rush the Great Hall tech just to maximise his build speed on these throwing axemen. Grungy playing a fairly defensive game as well. Trying to fit some towers in, just to give him that bit of advantage in defending. Even getting Spyro Champion quite quickly. He's already activated Rigorous Training. So Crimson going to spam up to 8 barracks. A handful of outposts as well. He's going age 4 already. So he wants to really make use of these Berserkers with the champion upgrade. There's a lot of Spyros here from Grungy already. Bit of a melee going on right now. And the War Dogs are finally coming into play, so Crimson's really going to be able to spam them soon. But he's also still looking to make use of the throwing axeman building. He's already having taken Thor's hammer, and now he's going to be up against a lot of bowmen from the Persian player who's going to be able to spam them out in about 6 seconds, which is pretty nutty. This is 10 for the throwing axeman. And the Berserkers all the way up at 21 seconds. Grungy not even making use of the aid tent technology so far. He's just really figured out how to play Persia. So quite scary stuff from him right now. And Crimson having to play quite defensively and get some stables in the mix here. And now the Norse player really caught in a bit of a spot where their train time is vastly lower than their opponents, and they're already down in terms of units. So they're going to have to rely on really eking out all the buildings they can with the villagers behind this, because Grungy taking an overwhelming presence right now. That's a lot of Berserkers now in the mix, so they'll be able to cut through these bowmen quite quickly. So Grungy's going to have to look at pulling back, possibly. He's down to only 20. Holy shit. As we see that, down from 29 to only 18. 16 bowmen quite quickly, so Crimson, the Norse player, mounting quite an aggressive push. He's just getting warmed up against me, it looks. And right now he's really punishing Grungy for overextending with that bowman ball, but that was quite a hefty showing from him in the early game. But for now, it's all the Norse player's way. Crimson really shoving into his opponent's base. Grungy now sort of stuck with throwing axeman, champion, and Berserkers flooding, and some raiders even coming out in the field. So the bowmen now have nowhere to really go. Grungy desperately trying to get that second town center finished, but as you can see, still got the scaffolding. It hasn't quite finished yet. It's not able to offer any defensive fire, so Grungy's going to lose that. Crimson fielding his chief, which is huge because now all of his units are going to get, I think it's a 10% health buff. Yeah, 10% health which is massive for units like Throwing Axemen and Berserkers, because they've got innate armor as well, and Crimson's no doubt going to eventually look at trying to get armories in if he can fit them. And GG, Grungy goes down. But he fields a really nice fight there. Not even having to make use of the A10 tech and commanding presence there in the mid game.